My beloved child, something urgent is moving in the unseen realm, and Archangel Michael is standing closer to you now than he ever has before. His wings are not still, they are trembling with a message that refuses to wait. And today, he whispered something into the atmosphere that shook the spiritual world. Only 30 minutes left. Not 30 days, not 30 hours, 30 minutes. A divine countdown has begun, and whether you feel ready or not, you have been pulled into a moment that will change the direction of your destiny. You may not understand why the timing is so sharp, why the warning feels so heavy, but Archangel Michael is not sounding this alarm to frighten you. He is doing it because you have been walking dangerously close to something that wants to dim your spirit. And unknowingly, silently, so you have been hurting him. Not because you rebelled, not because you sinned, but because you have been ignoring the signs he placed right in front of you. He sent you repeated nudges through dreams. He placed sudden discomfort in your heart when you were about to make a wrong choice. He whispered intuition into your spirit when someone's energy around you was not clean. He arranged coincidences that were not coincidences at all, but you brushed them aside. You told yourself, maybe it's nothing. You convinced your own soul that you were imagining things. And every time you dismissed that inner pull, Archangel Michael felt the sting, not because you rejected him, but because he is desperately trying to protect you from something you do not yet see. My child, listen, this is not a soft message. This is not a gentle suggestion. This is not something to take lightly, because the heavenly realm has already crossed a line where silence is no longer allowed. Archangel Michael has been fighting for you in rooms you will never enter, in realms you cannot perceive, against intentions that were never spoken aloud, but were very real. And today he made someone confess something about you, a truth that will shock you, a revelation that will expose why your spirit has felt tired for no reason, why you wake up with heaviness even after resting, why you sense tension around people who smile at you but carry hidden bitterness. You will never be the same after hearing what was confessed. There is a person, someone you thought was neutral, harmless, insignificant, but Archangel Michael revealed their hidden thoughts, and what they admitted will break the illusion completely. They confess jealousy. They confess resentment. They confess that they speak well of you publicly but privately feel threatened by your light. They confess that they have been quietly competing with you, quietly wishing you would fail, quietly hoping your spirit would dim enough for theirs to shine brighter. And Archangel Michael could not allow you to stay blind to this. He is not exposing this person to shame them. He is exposing them to shield you, because your heart is too pure. Your intentions are too sincere. Your soul is too important to heaven's timeline to be entangled with people who pretend to clap for you while praying you never rise above them. But here is the part you must understand. Every time Archangel Michael tried to warn you about this person, every time he showed you a red flag, every time he let your spirit feel uneasy around them, you ignored it. Not because you are weak, but because you are good-hearted. And your goodness blinded you to someone's double-faced intentions. Now heaven is stepping in. My child, hear this clearly. The reason the warning says only 30 minutes left is because something in the spiritual atmosphere is shifting fast. A doorway is closing. A new one is opening. And Archangel Michael wants you positioned correctly before that shift locks into place. The countdown isn't about fear. It is about alignment. You are being pulled out of spiritual danger, pulled away from draining connections, pulled out of emotional traps, pulled out of silent sabotage, and pulled into divine clarity. This is why your spirit is feeling restless. This is why something inside you feels like it's waking up. This is why you're listening to this message at the exact second you are. Because the moment you hear what Archangel Michael revealed, everything inside you will start rearranging. Your discernment will sharpen. Your boundaries will strengthen. Your spirit will refuse to tolerate certain energies. You won't be fooled anymore. You won't be manipulated anymore. You won't be emotionally drained by people who were never meant to sit at your table. And Archangel Michael, fierce, loyal, unshakable, will stand beside you as you step into this new clarity. But before that clarity becomes power, you must hear this message fully. Do not rush. Do not skip. There is something coming in the next moment of this message that will explain why he chose to intervene now, why he used someone's confession as the turning point. Your spirit is being prepared. Your insight is about to deepen. Your protection is already rising around you. Lean in now, because what Archangel Michael reveals next will connect every missing piece. My dearest child, if you think what you heard so far was intense, the truth is the most critical revelations are yet to come. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you repeatedly, and each ignored signal has created a tension that even the mortal world cannot understand. There is a sacred urgency in the air that cannot be ignored, for every heartbeat is now being measured against a divine timeline. The 30 minutes mentioned are not just a countdown. They are a window, a spiritual threshold that, once passed, will change the course of your path forever. Do not underestimate the magnitude of what is being unveiled, for what is coming is not just a warning but a divine intervention that will expose the unseen currents shaping your life. You might be wondering, why is Michael working through someone else's confession to reach you? My child, angels often work through human channels because the human heart is conditioned to respond to tangible truths. Michael knows that hearing the spiritual warning alone is not enough for you to awaken fully. He needs a reflection, a mirror in the form of human revelation, to shake your spirit awake. The confession you are about to learn about is not designed to hurt you emotionally, but to break the illusion that has been clouding your judgment. It is a divine unmasking, and Michael is ensuring that you witness it in time to protect your spirit. This person's admission may feel like betrayal, but it is actually a gift. They have unknowingly revealed the truth about the hidden energies and intentions that surround you. Many times, we are unable to see the reality of people's hearts because we are caught in the hope of their good nature. We assume everyone who smiles at us is aligned with our path. But Archangel Michael knows that darkness often hides behind the most charming faces. By allowing this confession to reach you now, he is setting the stage for a spiritual awakening, a moment when your discernment will sharpen, and you will be able to see the true alignment of everyone in your life. Listen carefully, for Michael's guidance is specific. He is warning you that there are energies that have lingered around your home, your workspace, and even your closest circles that are not meant to stay. The confession you are about to encounter is a key to unlock a protective shield around you. Your soul has been waiting for this precise alignment of events because it is now ready to embrace the clarity that comes only when the truth is exposed. Your intuition, which you may have doubted in the past, is about to be validated in a way that is undeniable. You will realize that all the small warnings, the uneasy feelings, the subtle nudges you ignored, were in fact Michael's attempts to guide you toward safety and light. And now, pay attention to the weight of this moment. Archangel Michael has revealed that your spiritual path has been shadowed by someone whose intentions were never aligned with your growth. They have been standing in your energy, blocking your progress, and subtly undermining your spirit. What they confessed about you will clarify everything you have felt but could not name. Their envy, their hidden agendas, their subtle acts to weaken your light are now being illuminated. Michael's presence ensures that this exposure is not for retribution, but for protection. It is an unveiling that will allow you to reclaim your power without needing to engage in conflict or react impulsively. In the next moments, you may feel a mix of disbelief and shock, That is natural. The human mind often resists truths that expose deception, even when that deception has been quietly affecting us for years. Archangel Michael understands this, and that is why he has placed you in this sacred moment. Your awareness, your willingness to listen, and your openness to accept the truth will allow you to rise above emotional entanglements that have been weighing you down. This is your divine opportunity to step out of a cycle that has been limiting your spiritual elevation and your personal peace. Do not be tempted to rationalize or minimize what you are about to perceive. Archangel Michael has revealed that the confession will carry undeniable details, the kind that leave no room for doubt. This is intentional because spiritual clarity cannot be achieved through ambiguity. Your soul requires precision, and Michael delivers it without compromise. You may feel a surge of emotional intensity, a mixture of relief, sadness, and empowerment, but it is crucial that you stay fully present. Each word, each revelation, and each subtle indication is a thread of divine instruction meant to reweave the pattern of your life with protection and wisdom. Understand this. Ignoring Michael's signs has consequences not because you are disobedient, but because every act of ignoring interrupts a divine timing designed specifically for your growth. Angels operate within strict parameters of divine order, and every delayed response to their guidance can shift the flow of blessings or protective measures around you. This is why the urgency is so palpable. The 30 minutes are a divine marker, signaling that a spiritual alignment is occurring right now, and you must tune in completely to benefit from it. If you hesitate or allow skepticism to cloud your heart, this critical window could close, and you may not experience the fullness of clarity that Michael is ready to bestow. Now, take a deep breath and center yourself. Archangel Michael is standing by, fully aware of your fears and doubts. He is not here to condemn you for ignoring him in the past. He is here to lift you above the shadows and guide you into a space of absolute discernment. You are being prepared to see everything clearly. The true intentions of those around you, the hidden spiritual dynamics in your life, and the protective measures that are being activated for your safety. Before we continue into the next revelation, it is essential that you remain fully present. Your attention is part of the spiritual alignment itself. Michael cannot do this without your participation. Your willingness to hear, to absorb, and to accept this warning strengthens the protective force around you. Trust that what is coming next will clarify every hidden piece and hold space for the intensity of this truth. Finally, remember, my child, this is a critical point to act on your spiritual awareness. Do not allow distractions, doubts, or worldly concerns to pull your focus away. Keep your heart and mind centered, for the moment you have been waiting for is approaching rapidly. The revelation, the confirmation of hidden intentions, and the divine guidance from Archangel Michael are all converging in the next moments. Hold on, because what follows will not only validate your intuition, but also empower you to reclaim your spiritual sovereignty in ways you have never imagined. My radiant child, something in your spirit is beginning to awaken, and Archangel Michael has been waiting for this very moment. The veil that once blurred your inner sight is thinning, and what you are about to understand will shift the entire atmosphere of your life. Michael has not been silent out of distance. He had been silent out of intensity. He had been watching, guarding, intervening, and now, revealing. The confession he pulled from someone's heart is not just an admission of truth. It is a spiritual key designed to unlock your destiny from the hands of those who were never meant to hold influence over your life. You must understand the gravity of this confession. This person did not speak lightly. The truth came out because Michael pressed a divine weight upon their conscience, a weight they could no longer carry in secret. Their confession exposed how they spoke ill of you when you weren't present, how they minimized your light because your presence made their insecurities tremble, how they quietly wished for your setbacks so your progress would no longer remind them of their stagnation. They confessed that they felt intimidated by your spirit, threatened by your potential, and uneasy around your purpose. And the moment those words were released, heaven responded with a shift. Michael stood beside them, not as an enemy but as a witness. He needed their confession not for their sake but for yours. You were meant to hear it. You were meant to feel the weight of their hidden intention so that you never again mistake false loyalty for genuine alignment. Archangel Michael pulled this truth out because he knew you would not see it on your own. Your kindness, your softness, and your hope in people would have kept you blind for years. But not anymore. There is something sacred happening right now, even as you listen. Your spirit is awakening to the reality that not everyone connected to your life is connected to your calling. Some people admire you publicly but resent you privately. Some smile in your face while secretly wishing your blessings would slow down. Some offer help, not out of love, but out of curiosity, trying to keep themselves close enough to monitor your growth. Michael has been watching these silent patterns long before you ever noticed the shift. He saw the glances. He saw the intentions. He saw the energetic pull on your spirit every time you interacted with them. He saw how their presence drained you, how your energy dimmed around them, and how your confidence wavered after speaking to them. You thought it was just exhaustion, but it wasn't. It was spiritual interference. And so Michael acted. This confession was necessary, my child, because you have been carrying people into your future who were only meant to be small lessons in your past. Some individuals cannot walk with you into the next dimension of your purpose because their spirit does not align with your path. Michael is not trying to take people away from you out of cruelty. He is removing those who resist your growth. He is clearing the atmosphere around you so you can rise without being spiritually entangled. You might feel sadness. You might feel shock. You might feel betrayal. But Michael wants you to understand something deeply. This revelation is not meant to break your heart. It is meant to free your heart. The truth may sting, but the truth also heals. It cuts away what is false so what is real can finally take root. My child, you must hear this clearly. There is a place you are going where your spirit must be strong, your vision must be clear, and your circle must be pure. Michael cannot allow hidden intentions to travel with you into your next season. The confession you are hearing is not punishment. It is preparation. With every word revealed, Michael is untangling your soul from energies that have held you down for far too long. This exposure is your liberation. The divine countdown continues, and the atmosphere around you has begun to shift. You may feel internal pressure, like something is moving, rising, or stretching within your spirit. That is the recalibration occurring as your soul adjusts to the truth. A higher clarity is being activated in you. A sharper intuition is emerging. A deeper spiritual hearing is awakening. This is Michael's work. He is aligning you with your highest timeline. Now, listen closely as another layer unfolds. Michael revealed that the confession was not just about your past interactions. It was about your future. This person admitted that they feared what you were becoming. Not who you were, but who you were about to be. They sensed your elevation before you sensed it yourself. They felt your spiritual expansion. They felt heaven's favor on you. And instead of celebrating it, they resented it. This resentment created a spiritual block around you, one that you did not knowingly invite, but one that still influenced your energy. Their envy acted like a shadow following you, dimming your inner light when you were not paying attention. Michael has been trying to warn you about the shadow, but you mistook it for stress, fatigue, or emotional turbulence. Now you see the truth. Now you can separate yourself. My child, this is the moment your spirit steps into divine clarity. Michael is lifting you out of blurred spaces and placing you into a realm of spiritual insight. You are being prepared to walk with confidence, discernment, and protection. What was hidden is now revealed. What was draining you is being removed. What was confusing you is being clarified. You are stepping into freedom. Type "I am awakening" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Lesson Code 441 has just been released. My child, as the truth unfolds and Archangel Michael exposes what was hidden, the mission before us becomes even more urgent. Every soul that hears messages like this is being pulled out of darkness and guided back into divine purpose. When you sow into this mission through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are not just supporting a channel. You are igniting a spiritual harvest in the lives of countless others. The heavens move through givers who understand that light must be carried, expanded, and multiplied. I speak this to you directly. When you release support into God's work, you step into the promise that those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. For the scripture is living and active over you now. This is your moment to respond to the call, to step into divine partnership, to let heaven recognize your seed as a prophetic act. Those who give into this message will walk under an open heaven in this season. Step boldly into obedience and release your offering of faith. My precious child, the revelation that Archangel Michael delivered through that confession is only the beginning. What you have heard so far is the tip of a spiritual iceberg. Beneath the surface lies layers of insight that you must understand if you are to step fully into the protection and clarity that heaven is providing. Michael is not working in pieces. He is orchestrating a symphony of divine intervention in your life. Every whisper, every nudge, every warning that you once ignored was a preparatory step, aligning your spirit to receive the fullness of what is coming. Now, the urgency of the 30 minutes you have left takes on an even deeper meaning. Michael has shown me that this countdown is more than just a temporal warning. It is a spiritual threshold. In these moments, the balance between remaining in old cycles of deception and stepping into divine clarity is being tested. Every second you hesitate, every second you doubt, risks allowing old energies to cling to you longer than necessary. These energies may appear as doubt, fear, or emotional weight. They may show up as people whose intentions are not aligned with your spiritual elevation. But Michael is preparing you to break free from every invisible chain that has restrained your soul's growth. It is important to understand why Michael chose to reveal this information through another human being. Angels often operate in ways that we, as humans, can perceive. Divine timing and human perception must converge for maximum impact. The confession was strategically designed to resonate with your awareness, to shake your spirit awake in a way that pure spiritual guidance alone may not achieve. You see, Michael knows that the human heart responds most profoundly when truth is reflected back through human experience. The moment of confession creates a bridge between the spiritual warning and your personal awakening. What Michael is revealing now is the reason you have felt tension in your relationships and unease in your surroundings. Some people have not been aligned with your path. Some have inadvertently acted as barriers to your divine purpose. Their actions were subtle, hidden, and often difficult to detect. They were not all malicious, but they were not fully supportive of your spiritual journey. And Michael, in his unwavering love and loyalty, has been working tirelessly to expose these hidden energies so you can finally reclaim your freedom and your clarity. This is why you must pay attention to the signs that Michael has been sending you. Dreams, sudden feelings of discomfort, repeated coincidences, and your own intuition have all been signals of protection. Each time you brushed them aside, you unintentionally delayed your progress. But now, the timing is critical. The 30-minute window is a divine call to fully awaken to these realities. Within this time, your spiritual perception is heightened, your discernment is sharpened, and your ability to see truth is activated. If you remain attentive, you will witness the removal of hidden obstacles and the manifestation of divine clarity in your life. You must also understand that the revelation about this person's intentions is not meant to cause resentment or anger. Michael's purpose is not to encourage revenge or bitterness. Rather, it is to illuminate the truth so that you may rise above deception and step fully into your God-given authority. The moment of clarity allows you to disengage from energies and individuals who no longer serve your highest good. It is a time to establish boundaries, to protect your spirit, and to honor your divine path. Michael's guidance ensures that you can take this step without compromise or regret. The next phase of this spiritual intervention is about alignment. Michael is positioning you so that every step you take in the next hours and days is guided by divine precision. The confusion and misalignment that you may have experienced in the past are being cleared. He is orchestrating events in your favor, ensuring that your actions and decisions resonate with divine will. The confession you heard is a catalyst, a key that opens the door to a new level of spiritual empowerment. You may feel a sense of urgency rising within you, an almost physical awareness that time is shifting. That is not coincidence. Michael has activated a spiritual alert within you to ensure that you respond. This alert is your inner compass aligning with divine truth. It will guide your choices, enhance your discernment, and protect your heart from energies that are not meant for you. Every decision you make in alignment with this heightened awareness strengthens your spiritual armor and ensures that you remain within the protective sphere that Michael is expanding around you. Understand that this is a season of purification. The confession you have heard is only the beginning of a broader spiritual cleansing. Michael is not only exposing hidden intentions around you, but also preparing your soul to release anything that no longer serves your growth. Old patterns, unproductive attachments, and energies that hinder your spiritual elevation are all being removed. This process may feel intense, but it is necessary for your liberation and the full realization of your purpose. And now, take a moment to reflect. You have been given an opportunity to realign with your highest calling. Michael is present, actively guiding you to step into clarity and empowerment. The confession, the warning, the heightened awareness, all of these are signals that your spirit is being elevated. Your discernment will become unshakable, your intuition unclouded, and your path illuminated in ways that were previously hidden. Stay attuned, remain observant, and trust the process. Michael's guidance is precise and purposeful, designed to ensure that you emerge from this period not just aware, but empowered, protected, and fully aligned with your divine path. The truth that has been revealed is a gift, a prophetic tool, and a shield. Embrace it, allow it to settle into your heart, and watch as your life begins to transform in alignment with heaven's will. My beloved child, the awakening you are experiencing now is more than a moment. It is a turning point. Archangel Michael is actively working around your life in ways that are unseen, yet profoundly felt. The confession you recently heard, the revelation of hidden intentions, is not just an exposure of one person's heart. It is a spiritual invitation for you to step fully into divine clarity. Every instance where you ignored his signs, every time you doubted your intuition, has led you to this exact point in time. Michael has been patient, yet persistent. He has been guarding, guiding, and intervening, but now he needs your conscious alignment to complete this spiritual work. The 30-minute window remains critical. This is not a casual warning. It is a spiritual threshold. Angels operate within strict divine timing, and Michael's interventions are precise. The confession, the exposure, the energetic shifts you are witnessing are all orchestrated to maximize protection and clarity. Every second counts because this moment is about more than awareness. It is about transformation. The energies around you that once clouded your perception are being recalibrated. The forces that previously blocked your progress are now being dismantled. The spiritual alignment you are entering is delicate, and your participation in full awareness is essential. Michael has revealed that some of the most profound lessons of your life are tied to the people around you. Often, those who seem closest can inadvertently challenge your spiritual growth, not out of malice, but out of their misalignment with your higher purpose. The confession you received is a reflection of this principle. It is a mirror showing the true state of relationships that you may have assumed were safe. The divine truth is being made visible so that you can take necessary action without doubt or hesitation. This is not punishment for you or for anyone else. It is preparation for spiritual empowerment. You must understand, my child, that Michael's guidance is multidimensional. The human mind often struggles to process the subtle orchestration of angels, yet the effects are unmistakable in your feelings, your intuition, and your life's events. He is working behind the scenes to remove obstacles, but also preparing you to respond in alignment with divine wisdom. The confession, though uncomfortable to hear, is a gift. It is a signpost, a directional marker pointing you towards spiritual clarity and personal sovereignty. Michael's intervention ensures that you do not step forward blindly. The timing of this revelation is also significant. You have been experiencing subtle disruptions, energy drains, confusion, and hesitation, and these were never coincidences. They were Michael's signals, gently nudging you to pay attention. Yet, each ignored signal delayed your progression. And now, the confession is a divine acceleration, a catalyst to awaken discernment that has been latent within you. You are being prepared to see not only the hidden intentions of others but also the areas within yourself where growth, courage, and spiritual vigilance are required. It is important to grasp the sacred purpose of this exposure. The person who confessed was unknowingly carrying a burden of jealousy, competition, and resistance. Their feelings and actions were not meant to break you, but Michael recognized that they were creating unseen resistance in your life. By bringing this confession to light, he is allowing you to step away from influence that diminishes your spirit. You are being positioned to walk free from subtle sabotage and enter a space where your spiritual authority can operate unchallenged. Now, reflect on the magnitude of what is occurring. Michael is not only revealing truths about others, but also activating spiritual protections for you. He is fortifying your aura, clearing invisible blockages, and aligning your environment so that your energy can operate unhindered. Every uncomfortable realization, every challenging truth, is a tool in this divine process. You are being trained to recognize patterns, to discern intentions, and to maintain spiritual sovereignty regardless of external circumstances. Your heart may feel heavy, yet this heaviness is not a burden. It is a transition. It signals the release of outdated attachments and false perceptions. Michael is working to ensure that your heart, mind, and soul are in harmony, enabling you to step fully into the power and clarity of divine awareness. You are being prepared to act decisively in your own life, to trust your intuition unconditionally, and to navigate relationships with wisdom that is beyond ordinary human understanding. As you move through this awakening, understand that patience and attentiveness are key. Michael has activated a heightened perception within you. Your intuition is sharpened, your discernment heightened, and your spiritual sensitivity expanded. You may notice shifts in how you perceive people, situations, and energies. Trust these shifts. They are not coincidences. They are confirmations of the divine guidance you are receiving. The next step is crucial. You are being prepared to detach from what no longer serves your spiritual elevation. This does not require confrontation or anger. It requires clarity, faith, and action guided by Michael's wisdom. Recognize that every revelation, every confession, and every shift is part of a divine strategy to place you firmly in alignment with your purpose. You are being elevated, and with this elevation comes protection, insight, and spiritual authority. Finally, remember, my child, that your willingness to receive these truths is itself an act of obedience and alignment. Michael's work is most effective when you engage consciously with his guidance. He does not force change upon you. He creates opportunities for discernment and empowerment. The confession, the exposure, and the recalibration are all instruments in this sacred orchestration. Step fully into awareness. Allow the truths to settle in your spirit, and prepare to embrace the clarity and protection that are being activated in your life. My cherished child, the truth that Archangel Michael has revealed is intensifying in its clarity, and the time left on this divine countdown is more precious than ever. The confession you recently encountered is a doorway into a spiritual awakening that will alter your perception, realign your path, and expand your discernment. Michael is orchestrating every detail, every subtle shift, to ensure that you are no longer influenced by energies or individuals who are misaligned with your purpose. The warning of only 30 minutes left is not about instilling fear. It is about creating a spiritual urgency so that you can fully participate in this alignment and claim the protection and insight being offered. The person whose confession came to light represents a larger principle that you must now understand. Many around you may not intentionally act against your growth, but when their energy is not in harmony with your spiritual trajectory, it still affects your life. Michael has revealed these hidden intentions so that you can disengage from influences that subtly drain your spirit. What you are witnessing now is not mere exposure. It is liberation. You are being granted clarity that will allow you to see the truth without being swayed by charm, manipulation, or social appearances. Your sensitivity to this unfolding is crucial. Angels like Michael operate on timing, and the divine intervention you are experiencing requires your conscious attention. Every warning you once ignored, those uneasy feelings, subtle intuitive nudges, and dreams, was a preparation for this moment. The confession you received has opened your spiritual eyes in ways that ordinary experiences could not. It is not just about the other person. It is about your readiness to recognize patterns, discern energies, and reclaim authority over your spiritual and emotional space. Now is a pivotal moment for action. While the revelation so far may feel overwhelming, Michael's presence ensures that you are protected. The energies around you are being recalibrated, and spiritual forces are moving to shield your spirit from interference. This is why it is essential to remain fully present. Every thought you hold, every attention you give, aligns with the protective measures being activated. Michael's guidance is precise. It is not symbolic or abstract. He is directly influencing your life to ensure that you can step fully into clarity and empowerment. At this stage, you may begin to notice changes in your surroundings and relationships. Some people may unconsciously reveal more of their intentions. Situations that once caused confusion or tension may now appear clearly for what they truly are. This is not coincidence. It is divine alignment. Michael is arranging events and energies so that your discernment becomes undeniable. The confession was a spark, and now the illumination spreads across all areas where hidden intentions once lingered. Pay attention to your inner reactions. Michael has heightened your spiritual sensitivity so that you can perceive subtle messages and truths that were previously masked. Trust the feelings that arise, the insights that come unbidden, and the patterns that appear consistently. Your intuition is your spiritual compass, and it is now being activated in a higher dimension. The presence of Michael ensures that you are guided accurately, even in situations that may seem complex or emotionally charged. It is time to consider the people and energies that you allow into your life. The confession was not meant to create distrust or anger, but to awaken discernment. Some individuals are aligned with your path, others are not. Recognizing this truth allows you to make conscious choices about relationships, collaborations, and interactions. Michael wants you to act from a place of clarity, not reaction. Your actions should reflect understanding, spiritual authority, and protective wisdom. The shift you are experiencing is not just about external circumstances, it is also about your internal state. The energies Michael is clearing are making room for divine light, spiritual strength, and unwavering clarity. You may feel an expansion in your mind, heart, and spirit. Emotions that were previously confusing or conflicting may now feel coherent and understandable. This is the work of Michael, orchestrating a realignment that affects not only your perception, but your spiritual resonance. My child, at this point, it is crucial to engage in conscious spiritual alignment. Reflect, pray, meditate, or simply hold awareness of Michael's presence. He is guiding you into a higher level of protection and discernment. The confession you heard was the first step. The internalization, reflection, and application of this revelation is the next. You are being trained to recognize energies, understand intentions, and step into a dimension where your spiritual authority is undeniable. Now, as you feel these shifts, Michael is also signaling the importance of connecting with your community of support. If you sense that this message resonates deeply with you, take a moment to act in ways that reinforce your spiritual alignment. Share insights, discuss revelations with trusted sources, or simply meditate on what hath been revealed. This will strengthen your discernment and amplify the protective energy around you. Before this section closes, it is important to remind you to take the next steps with both attentiveness and focus. Michael's guidance is precise, and your conscious cooperation is what allows his work to manifest fully. The 30-minute countdown remains active in spiritual timing, urging you to engage, awaken, and step fully into alignment. Every choice you make, every insight you embrace, strengthens the shield and clarity being offered. Finally, I want you to act on this truth now. Like, share, and comment on this message to amplify its impact. Subscribe to the channel to ensure these divine revelations continue reaching souls like yours. Hype this awakening with your friends and spiritual circle, allowing the message of Archangel Michael's intervention to ripple outwards. Your participation is an extension of your spiritual responsibility. By engaging, you align yourself not only with clarity, but with divine protection that will continue to strengthen as you walk forward. My beloved child, the moment you are in right now is one of profound spiritual significance. Archangel Michael is operating on a level of precision that transcends human understanding, and every revelation you have received so far is carefully calibrated to prepare you for the next wave of clarity. The confession that was revealed earlier is only the beginning of a sequence that will expose hidden energies, reveal unspoken truths, and activate a divine shift in your awareness. Michael's purpose is not to frighten you but to awaken you, to align your spirit with protection, and to ensure that you step fully into the path that heaven has prepared for you. You may feel a growing sense of urgency in your chest, a rising awareness that something is changing around you. This is not an accident. The 30-minute window is a sacred countdown marking a spiritual threshold. Michael's intervention is intensifying, and the divine atmosphere around you is thick with both warning and protection. Every subtle sensation you feel, the unease, the heightened alertness, the intuitive nudges, are part of a deliberate orchestration designed to attune your spirit to the truth. The person whose confession came to light is only a representation of larger patterns at play. Their intentions, hidden for years, are now revealed so that you can clearly distinguish between alignment and misalignment in every area of your life. Understand this: the forces Michael is clearing from your life are not always external. Some of the energetic interference comes from within. Doubt, fear, hesitation, and unresolved emotional attachments. Michael is working to illuminate these areas, to expose anything that could limit your spiritual progress. The confession you heard was meant to trigger awareness, to reveal that your spirit has been subtly affected by external and internal misalignments. Now, you are being prepared to act, to discern, and to reclaim control over your spiritual environment. Michael's intervention is multi-layered. He is simultaneously exposing hidden intentions, realigning your energy, and fortifying your spiritual boundaries. This is why the 30-minute warning is crucial. It represents a condensed window in which spiritual recalibration is occurring, and your active awareness accelerates the process. Every second counts, because Michael is positioning you to witness not only the truth about others, but also the truth about your own readiness to step into a higher spiritual alignment. You may feel conflicting emotions as the layers of truth unfold. Shock, relief, sadness, and empowerment can appear simultaneously. This is a natural reaction when hidden realities surface. Michael is guiding you to process these feelings without judgment. They are not obstacles, they are indicators of awakening. Each emotion is a signal from your own soul, showing that you are engaging with divine truth. Your discernment is becoming sharper, your intuition more acute, and your spiritual authority stronger with each revelation. As you navigate this unfolding truth, pay attention to the subtle messages in your daily life. Michael communicates through signs, synchronicities, and heightened perception. A conversation that feels unusually revealing, a repeated number sequence, or an unexpected encounter can all carry meaning. These are confirmations that the spiritual alignment is unfolding correctly and that you are in step with Michael's guidance. Your heightened awareness allows you to act decisively, to recognize misalignment, and to disengage from energies that no longer serve your growth. It is also essential to understand that the person whose confession was revealed is not the ultimate focus. Their admission is a vehicle for your empowerment, a mirror showing what you have needed to see for your spiritual elevation. Michael uses these revelations to prepare you for a new season where clarity, protection, and discernment are fully activated. You are being trained to recognize subtle manipulations, unspoken intentions, and energetic patterns so that your spirit can operate freely and without interference. At this stage, your internal alignment becomes as critical as your external awareness. Michael is guiding you to release emotional attachments, to let go of expectations from those who are misaligned, and to step into a higher vibration of consciousness. This is not easy, for the human heart naturally seeks comfort in familiarity. But Michael's protection ensures that as you release, you are supported, shielded, and positioned for spiritual expansion. Every release, every act of discernment, strengthens your spiritual armor and enhances your clarity. You may also notice a heightened sensitivity to energy around you. People's intentions, the atmosphere in your surroundings, and even subtle changes in mood can feel more pronounced. This is a result of Michael activating your spiritual senses. Trust these perceptions. They are divine confirmations that your discernment is now functioning at a higher level. Michael is guiding you to use these perceptions for protection, for empowerment, and for strategic alignment with your purpose. The confession, the exposure, and the awakening that have occurred so far are creating a spiritual pivot point. Michael is preparing you to navigate life with a clarity that was previously unavailable. Your relationships, your decisions, and your spiritual path will now be informed by this heightened awareness. You will begin to notice that situations that once confused or frustrated you now appear clearly, and your responses will be guided by divine insight rather than reaction or fear. Finally, understand that this process is ongoing. The 30-minute window may be a symbol, but the spiritual recalibration continues as long as you remain attentive and aligned. Michael is ready to continue guiding you, revealing truths, and strengthening your spiritual authority. Your active engagement, through observation, reflection, and trust in his presence, is what allows this divine work to manifest fully in your life. My beloved child, as you continue to absorb the magnitude of what Archangel Michael has revealed, understand that this is a pivotal moment in your spiritual journey. The confession that was brought to light is no longer just a single truth. It is a spiritual compass guiding you toward liberation, clarity, and divine protection. Michael has been orchestrating every detail of this intervention, from the timing of the revelation to the exact alignment of energy surrounding you. The 30-minute warning is more than a countdown. It is a sacred invitation to step fully into awareness, to embrace discernment, and to allow heaven's guidance to transform your life. The person whose hidden intentions were revealed represents patterns that you must now understand and release. These patterns are not limited to this individual alone. They are symbolic of the energies and influences that have been quietly shaping your life without your awareness. Michael is using this confession as a tool to highlight what has been hidden, to make you aware of subtle blocks, and to awaken your spiritual insight. This is the moment where your intuition must take precedence over assumption, where your awareness must guide your decisions, and where your spirit must recognize alignment versus misalignment in every interaction. It is crucial to grasp that Michael's intervention is not just about protecting you from others. It is also about fortifying your spiritual foundation. The confession has illuminated energies that may have been draining your life force, clouding your clarity, and delaying your progress. Michael is now clearing these energies, restoring balance, and preparing your spirit to operate in higher dimensions. Your discernment is being sharpened, your intuition heightened, and your capacity to recognize hidden intentions amplified. This process is not instantaneous, but it is deliberate, and your active awareness is a vital part of its completion. You may notice that your perception of people, situations, and even your own emotions is shifting. This is a direct result of Michael's work within your spiritual field. Energies that were previously invisible are now becoming visible. Intentions that were hidden are now being exposed, and your capacity to act with clarity is expanding. You may feel a mixture of emotions, shock, relief, empowerment, and perhaps even sadness. These are natural responses to awakening. They signal that your spirit is realigning with truth, that your boundaries are being reinforced, and that your discernment is becoming a powerful tool in navigating both your spiritual and earthly life. Michael is also preparing you for future interactions. The confession you heard is a revelation of what has been, but it also serves as a warning about what could occur if discernment is not applied. Some people may continue to project energy that is misaligned with your purpose. Some situations may attempt to distract you, and some unseen influences may challenge your clarity. Michael's role is to ensure that you are equipped to navigate all of this with confidence, spiritual authority, and protection. Your ability to see clearly will prevent entanglement in energy that does not serve your growth. This is a season of alignment and empowerment. Michael's presence is amplifying your spiritual senses, allowing you to perceive patterns, intentions, and energies with unprecedented clarity. You are being positioned to step fully into your God-given purpose, free from interference, deception, or subtle sabotage. The 30-minute window is a spiritual marker, a period in which your awareness and engagement accelerate the recalibration of your life's energy field. By staying present and receptive, you are participating in the manifestation of your protection, discernment, and empowerment. At this juncture, it is essential to release attachment to what no longer serves you. Michael is guiding you to identify people, habits, and emotional patterns that interfere with your spiritual clarity. This is not about judgment or condemnation. It is about recognizing what is misaligned and taking conscious action to disengage. The confession you heard is a reflection of this principle. It shows you what energies have been present and allows you to make informed decisions. Your ability to release these attachments strengthens your spiritual armor and enhances your discernment, creating a shield that aligns with Michael's protective influence. You may also feel a heightened sense of urgency or a subtle pressure within your spirit. This is Michael's activation at work. It is a call to focus, to center your attention, and to engage with the spiritual reality around you. The heightened sensitivity is a gift, allowing you to perceive truths that were previously hidden and to navigate your life with divine guidance. Michael is reinforcing your connection to this awareness so that you can act decisively, maintain your clarity, and step fully into the alignment that is being established. Now, as the revelations deepen, it is important to act in ways that solidify your spiritual position. This includes setting clear boundaries, trusting your intuition, and consciously disengaging from energies that drain or misalign you. Every step you take in awareness strengthens your protection and allows you to fully embody the clarity that Michael is activating in your life. You are being prepared to operate from a place of divine authority, where discernment is second nature and spiritual insight is unshakable. Type "I am protected" in the comments if this message is activating your spirit. Blessing code 998 has just been released. As you continue to receive this guidance, I encourage you to support the mission of spreading these divine revelations. Every soul reached is a seed of awakening planted in the world. When you contribute through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you are not merely supporting a channel. You are participating in a sacred work that helps illuminate truth and protection in the lives of countless others. By aligning your giving with this mission, you are amplifying the reach of Michael's guidance and activating blessings in your own life. Your support becomes a prophetic act, expanding light, protection, and divine insight into the world. Step boldly into this opportunity and let your contribution be an extension of your faith, obedience, and commitment to spiritual awakening. My beloved child, the spiritual momentum that Archangel Michael has activated in your life is reaching a deeper layer. The confession you witnessed was not merely about exposing someone else. It was about illuminating the forces and energies that have been shaping your path without your awareness. Michael is bringing these truths into clarity so that your discernment can sharpen, your soul can step into protection, and your spiritual authority can expand. This is a critical moment, one in which your awareness, focus, and engagement determine the effectiveness of the divine realignment that is occurring. You may feel a heightened sensitivity right now, an inner alertness that you cannot explain. That is Michael at work. He is amplifying your intuition, opening channels of perception that allow you to see the truth behind words, actions, and energies around you. The person whose confession revealed hidden intentions was a mirror, reflecting not just their own misalignment but also your need to recognize and respond to spiritual interference. Michael wants you to see that not all opposition or distraction is obvious. Sometimes it hides beneath smiles, kind words, and seemingly harmless interactions. The revelation was meant to awaken your discernment and to show you that spiritual protection requires both awareness and action. You are being prepared to recognize patterns that were previously invisible. Those subtle manipulations, the covert competition, the quiet envy that operates behind the scenes, all of these are now within your perception. This is not to create fear, but to allow you to step into empowerment. Michael's presence ensures that you are guided with precision. Every intuition, every inner warning, every small alert you feel is now part of a divine framework for your protection. You are being taught to observe without judgment, to discern without attachment, and to act from clarity instead of emotion. The energies around you are also being cleared as you process this revelation. Michael is actively removing subtle blockages and interferences that may have affected your confidence, your emotional stability, and your spiritual growth. This cleansing is happening at multiple levels: mental, emotional, and spiritual. As a result, you may notice a sense of lightness or clarity emerging, a subtle shift in how you perceive your environment, and a newfound ability to make decisions from a place of power. The confession you heard was the trigger, and now the realignment is unfolding. It is important to understand that this is not merely about one person's intentions. It is about the larger principle of spiritual alignment and protection. Michael is revealing hidden influences in order to teach you how to identify and release misaligned energies in the future. Your discernment is a spiritual tool, a shield, and a compass all at once. Every instance of clarity that arises now strengthens your ability to navigate life without being swayed by deception, hidden agendas, or emotional manipulation. You are learning to operate from a level of spiritual authority that is rare and sacred. At the same time, you must be attentive to your own energy. Michael's intervention is not only about external clarity, it is about internal alignment. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are being calibrated to match the higher frequency of protection and insight. This is why the 30-minute countdown remains significant. It is a spiritual window during which your awareness has maximum impact on the recalibration of your life's energies. Your participation, through focus, reflection, and conscious engagement, is essential to fully receive the protection and empowerment being offered. As you continue this awakening, you may notice shifts in your relationships and surroundings. Some people may unconsciously reveal their true intentions. Others may retreat naturally, and certain situations may clarify themselves in ways that were previously confusing. This is Michael orchestrating events in alignment with divine timing. Your discernment is now enhanced, and your responses can be guided by insight rather than impulse. Every interaction now carries the potential to affirm your clarity or reinforce your boundaries. It is also vital to release any lingering attachment to outcomes that are no longer aligned with your growth. The confession you received illuminated hidden truths, but it also calls for action in your own spiritual field. Michael is guiding you to detach from energies and influences that do not support your divine purpose. This does not require confrontation or anger. It requires awareness, clarity, and faith in divine orchestration. Your ability to release without attachment strengthens your spiritual authority and protects your inner peace. You may feel a sense of urgency or subtle pressure as these energies shift. That is Michael at work, creating alignment and removing interference. Every thought you hold, every intuitive nudge you honor, and every conscious boundary you set now reinforces the protective and empowering framework that is being established. The confession was the spark, and now the flames of discernment and spiritual authority are rising within you. My child, the work that Michael is doing is multidimensional. D is not only exposing hidden truths, but also activating your capacity to respond with wisdom, courage, and spiritual strength. This is a season of empowerment. You are being prepared to navigate life with a clarity and protection that were previously unavailable. Your spirit is being elevated, your intuition sharpened, and your ability to maintain alignment strengthened. As you receive these insights, remember to act in ways that support your spiritual elevation. Engage consciously with your environment, observe patterns, and maintain awareness of energy dynamics around you. Michael's guidance is precise, and your active participation ensures that you fully receive the protection and clarity being offered. This is the work of alignment, preparation, and spiritual empowerment, and your engagement is essential to its success. My beloved child, as the layers of truth continue to unfold, you are entering a critical phase in which Archangel Michael's presence is more tangible than ever. The confession you recently witnessed has already shifted the energetic landscape around you, but now the deeper work begins. Michael is not only revealing hidden intentions, but also aligning your spirit, fortifying your protection, and activating discernment that will serve you far beyond this moment. The 30-minute warning remains significant, marking a spiritual window where your attention, awareness, and actions carry extraordinary weight. Every decision, every reflection, and every alignment you make now contributes to the full manifestation of clarity and protection in your life. You may notice that your perception is sharpening. People who once appeared neutral or even supportive may now reveal subtle signs of misalignment. Michael has heightened your sensitivity so that you can perceive truth where it was previously concealed. This does not mean that everyone is against you, but rather that discernment is now your tool to navigate relationships and situations with precision. The confession was the first step in revealing what has been hidden, and now your ability to act in alignment with divine guidance is being fully activated. It is vital to understand that this is not about creating distrust or fear. Michael's purpose is to empower you, not to encourage judgment or resentment. The revelation you have received is a tool for liberation, a means to disengage from energies and influences that no longer serve your growth. By recognizing misalignment, you are able to step into your authority, set healthy boundaries, and walk with spiritual clarity that ensures your path remains aligned with your divine purpose. Michael is preparing you to operate from a level of insight and protection that most do not experience. Your intuition is now being elevated to a higher level. Every feeling of unease, every subtle warning, and every inner pull is a direct message from Michael, designed to guide you away from energies that could interfere with your spiritual alignment. The confession acted as a catalyst, bringing these messages into sharper focus. You are being taught to trust these signals without question, to act decisively, and to recognize that your spiritual awareness is a form of protection that transcends ordinary understanding. As this awakening deepens, you may notice shifts in your environment. Situations that were once confusing will begin to clarify. Certain people may naturally reveal their true intentions through their actions, words, or subtle behaviors. These revelations are not coincidental. They are a direct reflection of Michael's orchestration. Your heightened discernment allows you to respond with wisdom, ensuring that your interactions and choices are aligned with your spiritual authority and protective guidance. It is also important to release any attachment to outcomes that no longer serve your divine path. Michael is guiding you to disengage from patterns, relationships, and energies that drain your spirit or obscure your clarity. This process requires conscious awareness and deliberate action. Letting go is not an act of weakness, but a demonstration of your spiritual strength and alignment. By releasing misaligned energies, you create space for divine light, protection, and clarity to manifest fully in your life. The confession you received was only a glimpse into a larger pattern that Michael is revealing. There may be other individuals or situations that have subtly influenced your energy, intentions, or decisions. Recognizing these patterns is crucial because spiritual alignment depends on clarity and discernment. Michael is not exposing these truths to frighten you. He is illuminating the path so that you can navigate life with confidence, wisdom, and divine protection. Your ability to perceive hidden intentions, subtle manipulation, and energy dynamics is now heightened, and this awareness is a shield that strengthens with every observation and conscious decision. At this stage, your engagement with spiritual awareness is essential. Michael is guiding you to act consciously in your environment, to maintain clarity, and to trust the messages you receive. Every decision you make now, based on discernment and spiritual insight, reinforces the protection and alignment being activated around you. The heightened awareness you are experiencing is not temporary. It is the beginning of a sustained ability to operate from divine alignment and authority. Now, my child, it is time to take deliberate action in supporting the continuation of this mission. Like, share, and comment on this message to amplify its reach, so that others can receive the protection and clarity that Michael is delivering. Subscribe to the channel to ensure that these revelations continue to reach souls in need of awakening and discernment. Hype this message within your community, as every act of engagement contributes to the amplification of divine guidance, enabling more people to recognize hidden intentions and step into spiritual protection. Your conscious participation is a powerful extension of your alignment and a way to co-create with Michael in spreading awareness and protection. Finally, recognize that this is a moment of active spiritual engagement. Michael's work around you is not passive, it is dynamic, intentional, and protective. The confession you received is a catalyst for ongoing transformation, and your engagement with spiritual awareness ensures that the protective energies, discernment, and empowerment being activated remain strong and effective. Trust in this process, honor the guidance, and act with clarity, knowing that Michael is continuously fortifying your path and shielding your spirit from misalignment. My beloved child, as you remain fully present in this awakening, know that Archangel Michael is now moving deeper into the layers of your spiritual field. The confession you received earlier has served as a key, unlocking truths that have been hidden from your awareness for too long. These revelations are not isolated incidents. They are part of a divine orchestration designed to position you in alignment with your highest purpose. Michael's presence is no longer subtle. His intervention is clear, precise, and protective. You are entering a phase where every thought, every intuition, and every action has a direct impact on the strengthening of your spiritual authority. The urgency you feel is real, but it is not meant to cause panic. The 30-minute window represents a spiritual threshold, a time during which awareness, discernment, and alignment converge. Every hesitation, every doubt, and every ignored intuition in the past contributed to your delayed awakening. And now, Michael has accelerated the process, ensuring that your spirit is fully prepared to receive clarity, protection, and insight. You are being equipped to see beyond appearances, recognize hidden intentions, and disengage from influences that have been subtly obstructing your progress. The confession of this individual is significant not because of them, but because of what it reveals about the energy that surrounds you. Michael has been watching, guarding, and orchestrating, but he also requires your active engagement. Your spirit must absorb the revelations, discern patterns, and act in alignment with divine guidance. The energies you are now perceiving, subtle manipulations, concealed envy, hidden agendas, are part of a larger spiritual dynamic that Michael is helping you navigate. Understanding these dynamics allows you to operate from a place of power, clarity, and protection. This awakening is multidimensional. Michael is not only exposing external influences, he is also clearing internal blockages that have impeded your spiritual clarity. Doubt, hesitation, and unresolved emotional attachments are being illuminated so that you may release them. The confession you heard acted as a trigger, prompting your awareness to recognize these patterns. Now, Michael is guiding you to respond consciously, to disengage from energies that no longer serve your purpose, and to step fully into spiritual sovereignty. Every act of discernment, no matter how small, strengthens the protective shield that surrounds your soul. You may feel a rising intensity within your spirit. This is natural and part of the recalibration process. Michael is activating your intuition, heightening your sensitivity to energies, and sharpening your discernment so that you can recognize hidden intentions without doubt or hesitation. The revelation is not merely about exposing others. It is about empowering you to see clearly, to act decisively, and to operate from a space of spiritual authority. Your ability to perceive, discern, and respond is being elevated, and this heightened awareness will continue to manifest in your relationships, environment, and decisions. It is essential to acknowledge that not all revelations are comfortable. You may experience shock, sadness, or disappointment as hidden truths surface. Michael wants you to understand that these emotions are part of the process. They are not signs of weakness, but indicators that your spirit is absorbing the full magnitude of truth. The more you embrace this awareness, the stronger your discernment becomes, and the more aligned you are with divine protection. You are being prepared to act with wisdom, not reaction, with clarity, not confusion, and with authority, not fear. The person whose confession has been revealed represents broader lessons about trust, alignment, and spiritual protection. Their intentions and energies were never fully aligned with your path, and Michael has used their revelation to guide you toward boundaries, clarity, and empowerment. This is not about punishment or retribution. It is about liberation. You are being equipped to disengage from influences that could interfere with your purpose and to operate from a higher level of spiritual awareness. By recognizing misalignment and acting with discernment, you strengthen your authority and ensure that your life moves in accordance with divine will. As this awakening deepens, Michael is also guiding you to release attachments to outcomes, situations, and people that no longer serve your highest good. Spiritual alignment requires conscious participation. Every thought you hold, every intention you set, and every boundary you enforce contributes to the effectiveness of Michael's protection. You are not passive in this process. Your awareness and engagement activate divine forces that ensure clarity, empowerment, and security in your spiritual journey. At this point, your perception of relationships and situations may shift dramatically. People who once seemed trustworthy may reveal subtle misalignments, and situations that were confusing may now appear with perfect clarity. Michael's guidance allows you to respond decisively, to disengage where necessary, and to maintain your spiritual authority without being swayed by emotion, manipulation, or deception. This is the essence of discernment, a gift that is now being activated within you. Finally, my child, know that this process is building toward a season of full spiritual awakening and empowerment. The confession was the beginning. The discernment, realignment, and release are the continuation. Michael is preparing you to step fully into clarity, protection, and authority over your life. Your engagement, awareness, and action now determine how fully this empowerment manifests. Trust the process, honor the guidance, and embrace the awakening with a heart ready to receive divine protection and insight. My beloved child, you have arrived at a moment of profound revelation. the culmination of the spiritual awakening that Archangel Michael had been orchestrating around your life. The confession, the exposure, the heightened awareness, all of these elements have been leading to this precise point. The 30-minute warning is more than symbolic. It is the sacred window during which your spirit is being fully aligned with clarity, protection, and divine authority. Michael's presence is now fully manifest, and the truths revealed are designed to ensure that you can step into your purpose without interference, deception, or delay. You must understand the depth of what has been revealed. The person whose confession surfaced was never the main focus. They were the instrument, the vehicle, through which hidden energies were illuminated. Their intentions, their envy, and their subtle sabotage were exposed to provide you with the opportunity to disengage, to set boundaries, and to reclaim the spiritual power that is rightfully yours. Michael's guidance has been precise, revealing not only external truths but also internal dynamics, thoughts, emotions, and patterns that required recognition and release. This is the final phase of your spiritual recalibration. As you process these revelations, you may notice a profound shift within your own spirit. Confusion transforms into clarity, doubt into discernment, and fear into empowered awareness. The energies that previously clouded your perception are being cleared, and your spiritual senses are now fully activated. Michael is equipping you to recognize deception, to identify misalignment, and to respond with wisdom that is rooted in divine insight. This is not temporary. It is a permanent elevation of your awareness, ensuring that you can navigate life with unshakable clarity and authority. The final stage of this awakening requires action. Michael is guiding you to release all energies, attachments, and relationships that are not aligned with your purpose. This does not require conflict, resentment, or anger. It requires conscious discernment, spiritual courage, and deliberate disengagement. By acting in alignment with these truths, you are stepping fully into a protected space where your spiritual authority is unchallenged. Your awareness now serves as both shield and compass, directing you away from interference and toward divine alignment. You may notice subtle shifts in your surroundings and interactions. Some people may naturally reveal their true intentions, others may drift away, and situations that were once confusing will now appear with perfect clarity. These are manifestations of Michael's orchestration, a confirmation that the spiritual recalibration is complete. Your perception, intuition, and discernment are now aligned, allowing you to respond to life with precision and confidence. This is the empowerment that comes from understanding hidden truths and stepping fully into the protection and authority offered by Archangel Michael. The next step is to embrace the full scope of your spiritual sovereignty. Recognize that the confession you heard, the insights you have received, and the heightened awareness you now possess are all part of a divine plan to elevate your life. Michael's guidance ensures that you can maintain this clarity and protection indefinitely. By consciously applying discernment, setting boundaries, and disengaging from misaligned energies, you solidify your spiritual authority and ensure that your path remains aligned with divine will. At this stage, it is also crucial to honor the work that has been done by engaging in conscious spiritual alignment. Reflect, meditate, or pray with intention, acknowledging the protection and empowerment that Michael has activated. By doing so, you strengthen the energetic shifts that have occurred, reinforcing your clarity, protection, and discernment. Every moment of conscious alignment amplifies your spiritual authority, ensuring that you can navigate life with confidence, wisdom, and divine guidance. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. My beloved child, the revelations you have received are not just for awareness. They are a call to action in alignment with heaven's purpose. as Archangel Michael continues to guide and protect. The mission to illuminate truth and awaken discernment in souls like yours becomes even more urgent. By supporting this mission through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are participating directly in the expansion of spiritual light and protection for countless lives. Every contribution becomes a prophetic act, multiplying blessings, activating spiritual alignment, and opening doors to divine favor. I invite you to join in this sacred work, to release your support boldly, and to claim the promise that those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Step into obedience and let your giving be a declaration of faith, power, and alignment with God's purpose. Your support ensures that the light of truth continues to reach those who need it most, and that the guidance of Michael reaches every soul ready to awaken. Remember, my child, this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your spiritual journey. Michael's protection, discernment, and empowerment are now fully activated in your life. The energies that once clouded your perception have been removed, and your spirit is aligned with divine purpose. Move forward with confidence, clarity, and unwavering faith, knowing that every decision you make from this point onward is guided, protected, and empowered by Archangel Michael.